Hello to all my friends out there. Hi you guys. I hope everyone is doing okay. This video is how to live the prepared life right now. Not like preparing for some future event, but preparing for as if you're living a disaster as we speak. Making it a way of life so that if something, God forbid, happens, you're a little bit prepared. Okay, all my lighters ran out of lighter fluid at once, so now I will stockpile up lighters. That's at the top of the list. And then yesterday, I went to the food pantry, and this is the mint tea I dehydrated. I bought the dehydrator at the thrift store, so let's see. Oh, it looks good. I don't think it's quite ready, but I'll just have a little bit. Okay, so what I want to give you guys is my recipe for mint tea. Also, you know, you can grow mint, but you might want to grow it inside because I bought a mint plant and the bugs devoured it. I mean, there was nothing. There was even just a little bit, like 1/16 of a teaspoon, a tiny bit of honey. This is a really pretty, look how pretty this tea is, and a pretty tasty tea. So every day would be prepared. I mentioned, you know, that my family evacuated Missouri. They were Mormons. And so what they did, never refrigerate your honey right before the video. Oh, no wonder. I thought I had this yesterday. What happened? You never know how the videos are going to feed. So what happened after this, they came from Missouri to Utah, is they pretty much were always prepared. I mean, that was just a way of life. And it is cheaper and it is easy to do. So let me show you. By drinking this mint tea with the lemon, you're getting an acidic, an acid, like an orange juice or a vinegar or a lemon juice or a grapefruit or any kind of citrus. Okay, so now what is this? This is my lunch, and what I try to do is make half of my plate with salad or veggies, and 1/4 meat and 1/4 macaroni and cheese. So what is significant about this is my neighbor made this. If you've been following me, you might remember this, and she makes the most delicious chicken and macaroni and cheese, so I saved some for my son. So I want to zap this. I got this salad mix at the food pantry. And so if you guys really need to, I want to recommend that you try the food pantry. So I got this. If you've never seen these are pretty nice. I'll probably eat the other half within a day or so, and it comes with some nice dressing. I think these would go on sale half price. And then here is the rest of the nice little meal that my neighbor made for me. Okay, so now I have 2 shout outs. And this goes into how to prepare for disasters. My Frugal Life, embarrassing how I save money. You guys go to My Frugal Life and subscribe. And this is a really, really good video with tons of good ideas on how to save money. Ooh, yummy. Look at this. And then I have a little of my Pioneer Woman dressing left, so that's going to be tasty on my salad. So, you know, mainly you want to adapt. So check out my frugal life. Sid Off the Grid Carnivore Diet Haul number 15. Okay, her videos are very, very helpful. And, you know, one of the things that she stocked up on was roasts. And we'll get to that in a minute. Okay, so now we're going to think about this. We're not going to panic. I reject all panicking because I think it's counterproductive. I was a nursing student for years, and if everyone panicked, bad things would happen. Okay, so reject all, here's what I'm doing. Reject all order out of chaos. So people who say, expect chaos, if for any reason, they're promoting massive starvation, massive famines, massive this, massive that, danger, you know, all this kind of stuff. And out of that is going to come the Messiah. That is Luciferian doctrine. I think that's possibly how some people might be faked out. Reject all order out of chaos. Like if someone tries to bring that to you, say, okay, you know, I'm taking that with a grain of salt, but my solution is in today. What am I doing today to protect my future? Not what am I worrying about something that's never going to happen. Okay, reject all order out of chaos. 2, reject all America is doomed. First of all, that's totally un-American, you guys. Furthermore, I hate it. You know, a lot of us have people in the military. We don't send them here and there because we think we're doomed. No, we send them over there to protect our freedoms. And I find that very obnoxious and I hate it. So I am not saying what you want to do. I'm rejecting all America is doomed. Okay, one thing I'm accepting is God is raising an army. And God provides. Okay, I practically got myself kicked out of nursing school for that one. No one wanted to hear that. Why do you want to be a nurse? Because God is raising an army. It didn't go over big, you guys. I'm not going to lie to you. Because what that implies is God is raising a Christian army. And people don't want to hear that. Unless, of course, they should need some kind of assistance. Then they want to hear it. Also, if you've been watching me for the last month, don't you think it's rather obvious that the arrival of being pretty much set up for the month of March, when I lost 10% of my income, was pretty darn amazing? That's just the way I live my life. I'm single. I had to live it all these years. Okay, number 4, provide for pets. Yes, you want to be providing for your pets. Like my son's big, huge dog, he has to have food. Also, he protects the family. Where I really started doing this one is disabled and prepping. Go to disabled and prepping, follow disabled and prepping, and she's got a lot of down-to-earth advice. All right, so now take a screenshot of this if you want. So the shout outs were My Frugal Life, Sid Off the Grid, and Disabled and Preppy so far. Okay, now, no panicking. So what are we going to do? Okay, one thing, in my opinion, we should be expecting is an increase in beef. So if I was in a panic in any direction, which I'm not, I would pack my freezer full of beef. And then when I got my beef, I would slow roast it. Just in case you didn't see the video last night, this is my beef that I slow roasted last night. And I would pack my freezer full of meat, and I would eat it. Number 2, save as much cash as you possibly can. You might be going, I can't save any money. So what you're going to do is you're going to say to yourself, well, let's see. Maybe I could save a few cents if I hung my clothes. If I qualify and I went to the food bank, maybe I could save a little money. Maybe I could make a few less trips and save a little money on gas. Maybe I could refill my water bottles. I have a place I can refill them for 20 cents. Maybe I can find something for less than $1 as opposed to $1.16. Just a little bit all the time. No panicking. Okay, now for water. Keep the bathtub clean. If something happens, you should be able to fill the whole bathtub with water. But also, if you just keep all your water bottles or soda pop bottles, and that was a great comment by one of the followers, you should be able to store some water. Okay, number 4. Have some kind of evacuation plan. I'm not saying stay up day and night, but have some idea where you would go, what you would do. Would you stay in your car? I think that'd be pretty safe. Would you stay in a motel? Where? Would you, what would you do? Would you go to the rest stops, things like that? What would you do? Have some kind of, I did videos for months on living in your car. Because when I started those, I had no idea how to live in my car. So if you want to check car living, go to Cheap RV Living. That's a good one. Here's one I just started. Cook large amounts of food. In case you had to evacuate, you take your food with you. I was learning at the food bank, and one of the men said, you can keep your veggies. See how nice my tea is now? You can keep your veggies in an ice chest with the ice on the bottom and the veggies on top. You don't need refrigeration necessarily. Oh. So what I would do is I would make sure I had some nice big ice chests because I'm taking my food with me. My meals especially. Okay, so next one, 6, keep your food packed up. And if something happens, if you can, take your food with you, your stockpile. Now, if you have it neatly and you can't get it out of your house within 5 or 10 minutes, then you can't really take it with you. What I do is mine's a disaster. I'm not going to lie to you, but I will be working on that. Okay, live each day as if the disaster is upon you. So if this is a way of life, I'll go back to my tasty meal. This is going to be good, I tell you. This macaroni and cheese, everyone makes macaroni and cheese a little bit different. I like the way she makes it. She makes it homemade. Yummy. Let's taste this. I've never tried this stuff, and it's pretty good. They give you a lot. That is good. I already ate part of the chicken last night. Okay, so each day you're living, you're being cheap, you're roasting meat, you're packing your freezer full of meat. If you got to evacuate, you don't want to leave your freezer full of food in the house. That's not smart. Okay. 8, look for ways each day to save money. It's majoring in minors. Start, majoring in minors. Look around for the discount food, the foods on sale, the dented cans, be willing to be a little bit flexible, and then, eat them down. Stockpile the vegetables that you can make soup out of, like tomato soup. I gave you the recipe. Pea soup, corn soup, potato soup. Stockpile potatoes, rice, sweet potatoes, beans, and onions. Okay, so each day you're looking for a way to save money. You're saving your plastic containers, you're saving your glass jars, you're buying stuff on sale. Okay, find out what other people do. Don't be so totally and completely convinced you know everything. One of the good channels, I have another shout out, TJ Preps. First of all, I like her because I know what she says to do is going to work. And I've learned a lot of stuff on her channel. She's got everything from gardening to canning to dinner to kids to pets to stockpiling. TJ Preps. Number 10, get your house in order. Okay, do you remember this story? The owner wants his apartment back. Yes, after 16 years, I moved out of that blasted place in 3 or 4 days. But this time, now I have a moving company. I would be out of here in a damned hour. So get your house in order. I'm still working on that. Another thing is if you establish a business that you can do from a remote location, say your eBay business. Last night I was posting jeans, and so say, well, maybe I could like learn the eBay business, but mainly get your own house, and it's hard to do, but you have to do it. Can you imagine if my family took off from Missouri to Salt Lake with no food and no weapons? Huh, that wouldn't have been good. Okay, so now, to prepare, you want to prepare your family, your friends, your neighbors. Look at my neighbor. And church. But with church, you have to be careful, because your ministers can be breached by money, by enemies. There's a story of an Adventist who betrayed his congregation. They wanted to murder the Adventist. So they told the minister, if you don't get everyone to this church, we're going to kill you and your family, or your family. So he did it, and they were all killed. So you want to be careful. Now, a word on this church. Okay, you know this church where I've been going to the food pantry? I would consider going to that church. I'm going to try it. They were so nice, and, and I was able to regroup in a month so that I didn't end up in really bad shape. So these are my tips for today. More is coming. No panicking. If you don't like my ideas or what I do, that's fine, because I know a lot of people don't. In fact, they get pretty damn nasty about it. I generally don't delete or remove people. Only 1 or 2 in all my time on YouTube. Because how are you supposed to discuss if you're controlling the feed? But sometimes, if people are just awful, then So, if you have any good tips, please like, comment, and subscribe, and God bless you all.